I'm going to show you how to add signed numbers in this video. There are only 4 different types of addition problems in the world. You have adding 2 positive numbers, which is really easy. You already know how to add 6 plus 4 and get 10. So we'll concentrate on adding the other variations. How about negative 6 plus 4? What would that be? How about 6 plus negative 4? Or negative 6 plus negative 4? These 3 problems here are the ones with the signs, are the ones we want to concentrate on. With this video, I will use the example of money to explain the logic behind the rules for adding signed numbers. Hopefully, if you learn the logic behind the rules, you will not forget it. So thinking about money, if you see a negative number, that means you spent money or you owe money. This negative 6 means you spent $6 or you owe $6. Let us suppose you owe me $6, negative 6. And let us suppose I ask you to pay your debt, and you open up your billfold and you find $4. That's $4 is your money. That's the positive. Positive means you have the money or somebody pays you the money. So you owe me $6. You open up your billfold and you find $4 in there. You can pay me $4, but that does not completely discharge your debt. You still owe me $2 more because you owed more money than you actually had. That should make sense. If you think about money, it should really make sense that negative 6 plus 4 is equal negative 2. Now notice, in order to get that $2 that you still owe me, you had to take 4 away from 6. You took $4 away from your debt, but that still left you with a debt of $2. Negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2. You do that by subtracting. 6 minus 4, grade school subtraction, you got 2, but the answer is negative because you owed more than you had. Now the problems in this example that I'm doing are all easy problems with nice easy numbers because I want you to concentrate on the patterns and not be distracted by the numbers. But the thing is, you realize there are only 4 kind of addition problems in the world. If you get negative 61 plus 47 on the arithmetic test, you need to realize it's the same thing as negative 6 plus 4 as far as the logic of how you work it. You owe a large amount of money and you don't have that much. When you get finished adding, you're going to get a negative answer. What will the negative answer be? You get it by subtracting the numbers. So we do negative 61 plus 47. We do this calculation by doing grade school subtraction. 61 minus 47. You always subtract the smaller number from the bigger one. You get 14, 61 minus 47. However, the 61 is negative, the 47 is positive. The signed number answer is negative 14 because you owed more money than you had. Now your debt is much smaller, but you still have a debt of $14. Do you see? It's the same pattern as this one. Negative 6 plus 4 equals negative 2. The same thing. Negative 61 plus 47 is negative 14. Learn the pattern with the easy problems and then apply the same pattern with the harder ones. What about 6 plus negative 4? This time you've got $6 in your pocket and you add a charge of $4. Adding a charge is the same thing as spending money. Maybe you should think about a debit card. Debit card, you have $6 on your debit card. And you add a charge of $4 against your debit card. That means you swiped it in the vending machine and spent $4, and $4 is subtracted from the 6, leaving you $2 left on your debit card. Adding a negative is the same thing as subtraction in algebra. Adding a debit or adding a charge against your debit card is the same thing as spending money. You had $6 on your card, you spent $4. One way to write that is 6 plus -4. That means you have $2 left on your debit card. It should make sense. Suppose the math problem you get on arithmetic test is 68 plus -45. You recognize it's the same problem. This time you have $68 on your debit card and you add a charge of $45. You spent $45. So you still do 68 minus 45 to get the answer, and the answer should be positive because you have more money than you spent. Positive 23. It's the same pattern as this easy problem. What if they're both negative? This happens all the time when we use credit cards. The -6 means you owe Discover Card $6. The plus and the minus. You're adding, what are you adding? A negative number. You're adding a charge. So you add another charge to the charges you've already made on your credit card. You go somewhere and you spend $6 and you swipe your credit card to pay for it. You owe $6. You go somewhere else and spend $4 more. That's adding a charge of $4 to your credit card. You spent $6 in one place, you spent $4 more somewhere else. Is it clear you have to add the 6 and the 4? You have spent $10 to show it is an expenditure. Put a negative on it. That's money you've spent. The problem might be messier. You might have -61 plus -49. The same thing applies. You've got to add those two numbers together because they're both expenditures. You spent $61 in one place, you spent $49 more somewhere else. How much money altogether did you spend? You have spent $110. So up here, -61 plus -49 is -110. If you learn the patterns with the easy numbers, then you can apply the same patterns with harder problems. And if you ever get in trouble thinking about the problem, make a simple problem up and decide how you would do it, and apply the same pattern to a more difficult problem.